That's part two is where all the cool kids are hanging out.
So Dead Horse, it's true then. Hillary's on her way out of the race because of her declining health.
I don't know about that. I've been seeing that kind of stuff talking about her health, but it seems just a little too tinfoil hat to me. It may be true, but like the type of people that are reporting it are the type that I tend not to trust. I don't know if Dead Horse has a theory on that or not.
Well, she's really forging new ground, being the first woman nominee, and like the stress must be unbelievable. And she's been doing politics her entire adult life, and it kind of blows me away just how old these candidates are when they are nominated. And like that was one thing about Barack. He was very young and had a lot of insights.
Right, but
When
even he looks like an old man now. Like he's all gray and like just looks beat up.
Yeah, the presidency will kill you in 8 years for sure. And so that's what I'm thinking. Like these two that are running right now don't have 8 years of the presidency in them. They may have 4 years, but they're very old and like not,
Trump's
you
not that
know,
old, is he?
not like the most stable candidates I've ever seen up there. Trump is like 70 something.
Is he really? He looks good for being 70 if he's that old. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, they
that's
dye their
honestly
hair
that's what
and
killed
makeup.
McCain. Everyone was like, dude, he's way too old. He's not going to make it. And Sarah Palin's a complete moron. That 100% killed him.
Yeah, that was all bad.
Because that's all even like the news was talking about was like, can you imagine if he dies in office? We got this moron. I agree with him. I do not like her at all. She's dumb.
It would have been interesting to see what Romney could have done.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Republicans or Democrats really, so Romney would have just been another big corporation, big money Republican like all the other ones. Let's take your money and spend it on wars. The Democrats want to take your money and spend it on welfare. I like the
Yeah,
candidate who doesn't want to take my money.
yeah.
Just
It
let
seems
me
like
keep my
Trump
money. I'll spend it how I want.
Trump is a different kind of animal, and so I have more faith in him than I did Romney. It seems like he's a lot more down to earth, and he builds his businesses from the ground up instead of just taking failed businesses and cashing in off the bankruptcy of them. He builds them from the ground up. If they go bankrupt, then that's one thing. But he's definitely an entrepreneur, and this country was built off entrepreneurs and private economies. And it would be great just to see that kind of attitude from the helm, and just like a lot less of this whole like trying to appease all of the world, and just otherwise just push forward and see how much we can do, what we can do with what we've got, and forge some new relationships. Like I'd love to see a better relationship with Russia. I really would. And Putin doesn't respect Obama at all. So it would be cool, like if Trump has already in a relationship with him some extent, that's fine with me. Let's get on a level playing field with Russia again. And
Oh,
let's,
if the two of us teamed up, we could take over the world. I mean, they have so many natural resources, and they kind of run their country like shit. It's got them in trouble before, but yeah, if they teamed up with us, like we'd be unstoppable.
yeah, I mean, if they could put some more effort into the Middle East, and then we could focus more on this hemisphere, just maybe dealing with some South American issues or Africa, wherever the problems are. Like we're way stretched way too thin right now, trying to be the world's policeman. We have been for half a century. So Russia has come around. They've supposedly embraced capitalism. They need to follow through on that.
Somewhat.
But
They've somewhat come around. I mean, yes, they've embraced capitalism, but still, like, they run capitalism only for like a select class. Like, it still
right,
really sucks to be poor in Russia. They don't have the same opportunities to like start a little town business or whatever and grow. Like, you have to already be in the upper class to have businesses and stuff. So they ain't
it's
perfect, and they're not us, that's for damn sure. But just from what they have, like I said, if we teamed up, like if we became best friends or something, we could tell China to go fuck off and be like, hey, we're not going to pay you back. What are you going to do about it? And they'd have
right.
to just sit there and do nothing.
Well, yeah, Russia is more thuggery than capitalism at this point, but they've opened their doors and they have the means to go in that direction. So yeah, I mean, if Trump can soften up Putin a little bit, and just like get him to chill out a bit, relax, and start treating people better. I'm not saying that he has any ability of doing that, but um, you need to have some relationship there, and we don't have that now. We haven't had it for 8 years. These people like Hillary are just in it for their own pocket, and they're just running amok around the world. We need somebody who's going to be able to forge some real relationships and not just try and line their own pockets with these deals.
Yeah, it certainly would be nice to get Russian-made AKs back in the country.
Yeah, that was an Obama thing, right? Oh, let's punish them by banning like just these simple imports. That's going to do a lot.
Well, it was part of a bigger thing. I mean, they sanctioned against a bunch of stuff, but the only part that I really cared about was, like the civilian AK market. But like they teamed up with a bunch of other countries to like not accept, any like arms. So like other countries stopped buying tanks from them and other countries stopped buying planes and missiles and all that kind of shit. So it did hurt like their economy a little bit. The whole point was to piss off like Putin's like best friends type of thing, to be like maybe they can talk some sense into them and stop invading Ukraine.
Right, and so instead of selling tanks to other countries in the world, they just kept on building them and amassed them along their own border and poised to take over more territory. The way the world works, you can't just like cut people off and expect them to act better. There's always a need for production. There's always a need for consumption. We got to embrace these things and make them work for us. I mean, ideally, we wouldn't have tanks in the world, but
Well, I wouldn't say
that's
that. I think we should all have tanks, but I think we should use tanks for recreational use, not for, needing them. Like I'm all for world peace, but let's keep building the shit because I want to play with it.
yeah, it would be fun actually. There's this place I stumbled across way out in the desert, and it's way the hell out in the middle of nowhere. You just come across it, and it's like this compound surrounded with barbed wire, and it's on the maps. And what it is, it's a testing facility for all types of military um, um, vehicles, and there's this hillside that's like a racetrack carved out on the side of this hill, like a 45-degree angle from vertical. I mean, from horizontal, which is both the same. But it's a really steep hillside with like basically a Le Mans track cut into the side, and man, they had all kinds of crazy big personnel carriers and Humvees and tanks just sitting through there. I think I drove through on the weekend. There was nobody there, but it looked like they had some kind of like wind chamber or I don't know what the hell it was, but it was just very bizarre. I had been cruising down this dirt road through this river valley, just looking for a place to fish and just enjoying the wilderness, and then all of a sudden there's this industrial facility, and like the side of this hillside is carved out. But yeah, I mean, they definitely do that stuff, and that's all the technology testing and evaluation, R&D that goes into the new, Army military conquering machines. Guess what? The Army and the Marines have tanks.
Everyone gets a tank.
There was this guy who had like a whole bunch of tanks in a warehouse somewhere around here, some rich guy. And I don't know, I don't remember the story, but he had a whole bunch of them. And it was a news story, and so all the newscasters were like, "Oh, I don't think they're armed. I hope they're not armed." Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that it's a common like anti-gun thing, or I should say anti-Second Amendment, where they're all like, "Oh, well, it was written for muskets and stuff. It doesn't mean you're allowed to have tanks and nukes." Like, that's always the absurdity they go to. Now, where I agree, I don't think personal, like, civilians should own nukes. I see no problem with personal civilians owning tanks, and in fact, it is legal to do so already. So they act like, oh, well, of course it's illegal to own tanks, so that's, good. It's like, actually, it's not. And when have you ever heard of a problem with someone using a tank inappropriately? Oh, wait, you haven't,
Right, unless it was stolen from a National Guard armory, and then it probably wasn't armed and just driven over some cars or whatnot.
Right, but I mean, I've never heard of that
I
happening.
heard of it one time.
Oh, it did happen
They
once?
had a hell of a time stopping the thing.
Well,
Yeah,
no kidding, right?
you live in California long enough, you hear about some crazy shit that goes down.
Hmm.
But yeah,
I mean, that sounds like
tanks.
fun to me. Let's
I
drive a tank
love.
around. And
I've got a Jeep,
you,
and so as far as like entry level military vehicle, the Jeep is great. You go up in some amazingly steep terrain. You can go sideways because the engine is so heavy, the center of gravity is very low, and sand and rock, and it's just amazing how low the gears are in that thing. Got
yeah,
the
I've been thinking about getting a deuce and a half. My neighbor across the street has one, and he picked it up at an auction from Chicago. And God, I'm trying to remember what it was. I want to say it was like 2 grand or something. And he's done some work to it. Like, he's a big like mechanic guy, and he's always welding on it and doing shit. But for 2 grand to have a working like deuce and a half, like that's pretty fucking sweet.
yeah. I think I remember you talking about that in previous chats. So is that like a troop carrier?
I mean the back is just open. Like
Okay,
there's no like canopy over it or anything,
okay.
but I guess it would be like that style. I mean, it's got the two rear axles, both with dualies. The wheels themselves are what, like fucking 48 inches or
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
something.
And it's
They might
two-wheel
even be
drive?
bigger than that. Fuck, man. I don't know. It's a climb to get up in there. I know that.
Yeah, it's funny how G is getting into all these vans and looking up all the different vans for sale. I've done some research and watched a bunch of videos on people who've converted their vans and stuff, and it's really neat what you can do. Um, I've been doing a lot of traveling on the road, and I've got just a pickup with a camper shell on it right now. It's working pretty well for me. But I've been looking at a lot of the different huge vans that are out there. There's like mini mobile homes, or sorry, mini motor homes, right? And then some of the larger motor homes where you can tow a vehicle, and just all the different options. Um, but thinking that yeah, some big like cargo van or cargo truck could be a cool way to make a motorhome, and
Yeah,
I think
no,
that would just
his van is hooked up nice. Like I kind of mentioned it earlier. I wish he didn't have these problems with the transmission because that's kind of a pain in the ass. But other than that, like the inside of it, man, he's got that set up perfect. Got all the power. You can't see like from the outside. Like that's the thing I like without having any of the windows in the back. You can turn that light on. He can be back there. No one even knows he's there. Like it's really nice. So
yeah, I guess I'd probably just want some kind of like folding bunk, if folded up on that other side, maybe where the piece of plywood is, and then maybe just a little stove and some kind of like basin for water or something, just if you had to go in there and do some cooking while it was raining or something. Because that's what I'm missing right now. I have to do pretty much everything outside wherever I am, and then I could just go in there to sleep, and I have some storage underneath. And most of these van conversions do have a stove and a sink, and probably a fridge.
yeah, I mean that's getting a little more luxury items, but that kind of stuff is nice. But you can make it work without it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain point where if you're living in there for weeks on end, you're going to want to be able to just throw some water on the stove and make a pot of tea. It's like you're going to be in there so long. You can only drive so many days on end before you want to just chill for a couple of days, right? And then again, if it's raining or if it's cold or if you're in a Walmart parking lot, you got to do that stuff inside.
Right. Well, even if you just had like a little like electric, like a heating like a hot plate or whatever, then you could still do all your stuff and not have to worry about, carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah, I think as long as you have it vented, he's got that fan. Seems like you could just turn that on. You get plenty of ventilation through there. Just boiling up some water wouldn't take 5 minutes. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed to see if I can do something a little bit more livable if I end up on the road. And he's kind of inspired me with this whole thing. Getting out and selling stuff and exploring and so yeah, that's pretty much where I'm headed. I'm selling my place, and I got all my stuff in storage. So, B,
That's funny. We were just talking about you earlier, B. Girk.
Yo,
What's up, homie?
what's up? Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, yeah, all right.
Cool, cool. What's going on with y'all, man?
Same shit, different day.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? I sit back and I look at like how fucking long I've been doing these fucking chats, man. Fucking wasting time out of my life. I could have spent doing other shit.
Yeah, well, I like to think of it. I'm normally doing other stuff while I'm also chatting, so it's not like I'm wasting away doing nothing. I'm at least doing some shit.
That's our cool, man. I think it's a cool thing. Every time I meet somebody that's in the guns or like that's slightly in the YouTube, which I can never meet anyone that watches enough as much YouTube shit as me. But um, I know like damn near every fucking gun channel. Like I subscribe to like damn near everybody. Well, everybody who's anybody. But
So you're
I already kind
subscribed
of
to me, of course, right?
I don't know.
Uh,
I,
Just shameless plug there. I don't really do videos. I just do these lobbies. That's the only
oh,
stuff that's on my channel.
and I damn sure ain't subscribing.
Yeah, no need, right? Just go to gun channels if you want to watch it.
Exactly.
It's always on there.
Nah, man. I don't. You know what? I don't really watch a bunch of gun videos anymore. Um, I feel like unless it's something new or something that I don't know, I don't watch it. Like most of Yankees videos, like I don't watch them shits. He's rehashing all kinds of old shit. Like that's my boy, but I fucking watch his videos. Um,
Well, right, and that's the thing. There's a lot of videos of like, if you're gonna buy a gun, like your first gun, like what should you look for and all that. And it's useful information, but once you've gotten past that point, there's no need to really go back and watch it. So,
no, right? Like most of us are like fucking years past that stage. You know what I mean?
right. Well, I definitely
Uh,
learn new shit all the time, but like stuff like that, I'm glad it's out there for other people, but
yeah,
I don't find much
but
interest in it.
nowadays I'm into more of like I'm into more like tactics and training and things like that. So I watch a bunch of stuff like that, a bunch of like technical shit, um, and listen to stuff like that. Um, like I'm always plugging other people's shit, but um, I don't know. They're getting not fucking love because you know it's easier to listen to a podcast while I'm driving than to try to listen to a video because I'm gonna want to look at it. But so I mean, and all them guys are like professional guys, and they're putting out legit information. But at the same time, they're like my kind of people. Like they don't really give a fuck what they say. If they're talking about fucking shoot the motherfuckers, they're not sugarcoating it or nothing like that. Man, shit that can give me really useful information into like shit I can use on a day-to-day basis. You know,
Yeah, see, I like the podcast
I don't need
also.
to know who the next fucking. You know, we used to upload them. I don't. I guess everybody's shows kind of died down. But yeah, I don't need to see the next torture test for fucking PMAG Gen 1 million. I don't care. The ones I got work. So,
Yeah, see, I'm not a huge fan of like torture test type things either. Because I mean, you can gain useful information about something, but a lot of times it's like, oh, let's smash this next to a concrete wall. Oh, it didn't work. Or, hey, it did work. Neat. Like,
right,
okay, I'm not gonna drop my shit on a concrete wall like on
right,
purpose. So
right.
why do I need to know that?
And if I fucking do and it breaks, oh fucking well, I'm gonna load up the next one and keep fucking shooting. Like,
Yeah, like I'm gonna go, well, that was fucking dumb of me. Like that
right?
sucks.
Yeah, I don't expect my shit to survive any of the tests y'all are putting this shit to. You know what I mean? I don't expect nothing to survive that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And if it does, that's cool. But also if it's, $100, then well, that's over engineered. I don't need it to be that crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Especially like the toy chest with the guns. Like they sit there, they want to dump it in fucking mud and put mud all inside it and shoot fucking 3,000 rounds through it in succession. I'm never gonna do that. I don't have that much ammo to fucking waste. Like I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna sit there and fire my gun 3,000 fucking rounds in a row and heat the fucking barrel up. like that fucking hot. That's never gonna happen. I'm gonna die before.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Better fucking glue that shit back together.
I mean, we got the gist of what you're talking about, so that's all good.
Right. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Uh,
I'm just talking. I like to come and take over chats.
Something about Rubik's cubes are the master race, and
Yes.
vaping is amazing. Something like that. I don't know.
Yes, yes, the master race, yes. Why, so at work, right? We do like a briefing before every shift. So we're in a little briefing, and they're like, yeah, we see two guys, no, three guys, like at the trash can at the facility behind us, and when the supervisor seen them, they looked at them, they kept doing what they was doing, like digging in a trash can or something. Then like this SUV came and picked them up, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, guys digging in the trash at a, but they're at a federal facility next door. So I'm like, okay, whatever, blah blah blah. So then one of my guys was like, what was their race? He was like, yeah, it was like three black kids. I was like, yep, they're up to no good. Black people don't dig in trash cans. Like, black people is not digging in a fucking dumpster, like for nothing. You know what I mean? You gotta be up to no good, man, digging in a fucking dumpster. But
Is that okay for you to be racist? Like, is
I
you
mean,
get a pass, right?
yes, I suppose so. I don't know. Shit. Man, dude, I'm I'm just like y'all, just like them, man. Adapt to my environment. So y'all don't get the real big Girk in these chats. I get the subdued big Girk. Uh, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's going on with y'all, man?
Oh, I got a new pistol grip from AR today.
Oh shit, where the fuck is Flippy?
He's in the off-air part one of the early lobby.
Oh, he needs to hop in here. I need to see if he got that fucking revolver yet.
It's sitting at the post office or something, he said.
Oh, okay, because I
He was
didn't check.
bitching about it earlier.
Okay, I didn't check the shipping on it today, but I know his shit, the AK
It's
is
sitting at your
delivered,
FFL.
but no, but it's not because my FFL isn't open on Mondays and it says delivered, so I'm kind of worried now.
Well, it's signed by Steven.
Yeah, I
So
seen it.
whoever,
Yeah,
so Steven
he put
has your
this.
AK.
Yeah, where the fucking Steven has a fucking AK. But that's why I checked today because I knew it was going to be delivered today. But I'm like, the shop is closed unless they close the shop and they're in there doing like inventory or whatever.
That's
Then
that's what we were speculating on.
yeah, but my
Is
shop
that
is closed on Mondays, so that's how I know. Like, okay, this is fucking weird. I don't, you know, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I guess it's not the fact if someone steals it that I'm worried about. It's the fact that they're stealing my shit. You know what I mean? So
Well, I do
yeah,
that all the time. Like if I know a gun shop's closed on Monday, I just go stand outside of it and wait for deliveries.
I
Like
hear
how do you
that, man.
think I get all my guns?
That's what I'm. That's what's up. I'm surprised no one's ever fucking like thought of that, did that. I mean, I've never heard a story of that, but I don't know. But I guess I mean, this fucking delivery people would know that the place is closed because they would deliver guns all the fucking time, or at least enough to know that they're closed on Mondays for any
right?
type of delivery because they're business. They probably get all kinds of deliveries.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
the thing with like business deliveries, the same truck drivers have like the same route all the time, so they get to know
Exactly.
the people like on first name basis and everything.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not worried about it because I'm like, okay, it's too much safeguarded there for it to be fucked for something fucked to happen.
I remember when I was at the hardware store, Most of our stuff came in like from the warehouse just on like the regular semi truck, and we'd unload it with a high-low.
Yeah.
But maybe about once a week we'd get something like from UPS or whatever,
Okay.
and so they got to know everyone, and I have a really long ass name, and so
Right.
sometimes like they'd ring the bell at the back door or whatever. I'd open it up, and the dude, like the one guy, was always joking around. He's like, "Oh, god damn it! Hey, is Mike around?" Like he'd rather him sign it because yet he has to like type in the name of whoever signed it, and he always got pissed that he had to type in my name. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll have Mike sign it.
It's fucked up. I just gave it to you and made you type the shit. But yeah. I'm not really worried. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I know it's there, so whatever. But yeah, I guess he said it's stuck at the post office. Like they didn't take it to the FFL or it got refused or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He just said that it's like still there.
Oh, okay. That blows. What I like about my gun shop is that their website, you can do like everything on their website. So if you want to ship a gun out, you go to their website, you fill all the shit out, and you just bring them the shit, the gun or whatever. If you're getting an online transfer, you you do everything online on their website, and they have like an automated system that take care of to get the FFL paperwork and shit like that from whoever is sending the gun, and you can pay the transfer fee online. You can fill out your 4473 and print it out, um, whatever. You know what I mean? So that part's already done. So when you come in, all they got to do is call in the background check, and when you're approved, you just walk the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. The FFL I use is just a dude in his basement. Like he works all day and everything, and then he just runs it on the side.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, these
So
guys. This place is a coffee shop also. So like it's rinky dink. It's like in a house. Like they're upstairs and downstairs is like a little leather shop. Um, but they're like a coffee shop too, kinda. So like the employees in there are making coffee and they got snacks and shit. Like yeah, maybe
yes, can I get a double mocha and a double stacked magazine, please?
yeah, you can. It's fucking great. But they're mainly a consignment shop. I mean they have a little bit of stock on their own, not much, maybe a couple guns, but they're mainly a consignment shop. And they do $20 transfers as well. I love them. They're the cheapest in the area.
Yeah, that's this guy charges $20. I remember when I was looking for my gun, I was like, well, maybe I'll just find it online and have it shipped somewhere. And so I was talking to this one gun shop, and so I asked them if they had it because I wanted to just buy it from them. They're like, no. I said, well, is there any way you can like order it for me or something? He's like, no. And I was like, okay, so I have to do all the work. So let's say I find it somewhere. I can have it shipped here and you'll transfer it? They're like, yeah, $50. And I
Damn.
was like, dude, you are working really hard to not get my business, aren't you? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I just want a CZ. Like, why are you working so hard for me not to buy a CZ from you?
Yeah, that shit is crazy. How like, I mean, I understand why they don't do it for free because they want to make some type of money. But for
Well,
50
and
fucking dollars,
and here's the thing on that. Like, I get it. They don't want you like shipping a gun to their store that you bought online that's cheaper than you could have bought from them. Like,
right.
but they didn't have it in stock and they were unwilling to get it from their distributor because I don't know, maybe they got to buy 10 of them at a time or something. They didn't want that. I understand it. Fine. You don't want to order it. I don't care. But that's the thing. I'm sending something that you are not offering me. So I'm not
Right,
competing with you. Like,
right, exactly. But even if I fucking were, you're still making money from me. You're probably making more of a profit from the transfer fee than anyway.
right. So and then that's when I ended up, talking to someone else, and he gave me this guy's name. It's one of those like he's pretty much a referral guy. Like he needs to know someone that you know, and then
Right,
he'll be like, yeah, cool, you can send it to me. I mean, he might just take cold calls, but um,
right.
it helped that I'm like, yeah, dude, like George gave me your name and whatever. He's like, oh yeah, hey, he's a cool guy. How's he doing? Hey, how's that Super Red Hawk working out for him? I'm
Right.
like, ah, I shot it last weekend. It was awesome. That type of
Right.
shit.
Yeah, that's cool. wish like my old my old supervisor had an FFL, but it was like to like collect or something like that, to like be a collector or something like that. Somehow, whatever FFL, like when I heard FFL, I'm like, oh shit, well, can you do these transfers for me? But he was like, no, whatever FFL, I forgot which one he had an FFL where you can't do that or something. I don't know. Maybe he was lying.
Yeah, well, there is some license you can get, like a collectors of antiques or some crap where it gets rid of some of the red tape for you. Like you can have shit sent to you for your own personal collection, but you
Yeah,
can't like transfer
right,
for other people.
right. So, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He's a big bullshit, a big liar. So,
Well, and it could be he
why
just didn't feel like
doesn't
dealing with it.
work there anymore.
He doesn't feel like keeping your paperwork on hand for 9 years or whatever.
Yeah, maybe,
But
maybe I'll stick with the he's a liar.
yeah, sure, let's call him a dirty liar. I agree with that. But I know
Yep.
it's kind of funny, the administration or like the anti-gun type people, like whatever, that whole camp, they're all about like we need more background checks for everything, right? Like you have to go to an
Right.
FFL to transfer, blah blah blah, whatever. And at the same time, they're trying to shut down all of these like home FFL people, like the dude who works in his basement or whatever.
That's the
Like,
plan, though. If you require background checks for everything, and then get it to where you can't get a background check, then you can't. You know what I mean? People can't get guns
yeah, or at least not as
easily. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I guess that's the word. Because I
Yeah.
mean, you're always going to have a Cabela's or something. Like they're big enough to always be around, but it's still going to stifle, free trade.
Right.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
if I don't know if a Cabela's is cool for you know Jim and Joe to walk in off the street and be like, I want to sell this to him. Here's $20. They might be like, dude, fuck off. He should buy it from us.
Right.
Yeah, then you have a monopoly, and the Cabela's is the only game in town, and now a $500 pistol is $1,000 because they're the only place you can get it from.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But
Or what? Not necessarily Monopoly. What's the one where there's like three or four big ones? Oligarchy or whatever.
conglomerate. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like that's because you'll have other ones, but you're right, exactly. Then they'll all work together and be like, "Hey guys, let's all sell it for this price."
Right. But it's funny you mentioned universal background checks. I have a guy at work who, I mean, I tell him he's anti-gun because I don't think he's necessarily like deep in anti-gun, get rid of guns, but he kind of, and he, I don't even has a couple guns, but he kind of like he agrees with a lot of the legislation that they're trying to enact. Like we have like little debates every night. We had a good one last night, but we had one about the universal background check. So he didn't. He was for it. This is the funny thing. He was for it, but he didn't completely understand. Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
Dad, what did you buy?
yeah. So hold on, man. You can cut off my whole conversation.
Oh, yeah, I know you just popped in.
Damn, Daniel. But I'll be quick. So whatever. So when I explained it to him, he was like, yeah, you need background check because. So then, if everybody has to get a background check, you can't do the private sale. So that means everybody can be held accountable to who they sell their guns to. So then, you'll catch the person that sold the gun, and you'll catch the gun that bought the gun illegally, right? So first off, I was telling him creates. If people are going to do it anyway, you're going to create more criminals because they're breaking the universal background check law, even if they're selling it, even as two parties that can legally own guns. Second, you sell it to a fucking criminal. Who knows when the fucking police will ever find out that this guy used whatever gun that you sold him? He may not never use it. It's, you know what I mean? I know, no, known of. Is that the right word? Yeah. I've known of motherfuckers who have guns illegally and they keep them in their house for home protection, never use them, like older people and shit, right? You'll never know. So, right, but he kept insisting on the, well, you know, if it saves, you know, at least one person, then it works. It works. I'm like, but that's not, it's not working because you're not stopping anything. Guns are still getting stolen. You know what I mean? People are still going to do what they want to do. Creating that law doesn't help anything. And I mean, he never could get the gist of what the fuck I was telling him. But, you know, we have those
This
kind
is
of
common sense, dude. I mean, come on, it's common sense.
Right.
Just keep saying common sense over and over again, and people have to agree with you.
I guess. He told me we needed some common sense gun legislation. I told him, eat a dick. But go ahead. You can talk about your gun. Hope they banned that motherfucker.
I'm just asking Dead Horse what he fucking got. Oh yeah. Also, your gun arrived today. I got a notice saying that.
Yeah, I got the email too. I was just talking about it. I just got the email too, but like I was saying, my fucking shop's closed today, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe fucking Steve got it and he's fucking I don't know, about to do a drive-by or something.
Oh, is that the fucking owner, Steve?
No, I don't know who the fuck Steve is.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I was like, who the fuck signed for this?
When I looked at the email, I was like, they're closed. Who the fuck is Steve? But I'm pretty sure they're probably in there doing, like, Monday, they probably close to maybe clean up or do inventory or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's how they get ready for the week, I don't know. So, I'm pretty sure it's there. They'll probably call me tomorrow.
Yeah, either that or fucking you're about to make $600 from like insurance from the UPS.
Oh, shit. Well, that's gonna suck because I'm still out of a fucking gun.
Nah, you just take that $600 and you just buy a new one from
Man,
Proper Gun Shop.
Fuck that. Then I gotta do all the shit you did to it. Ain't got time for that, man. Want my gun.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They give me $600 fucking dollars. I'm gonna blow that shit on cocaine and hookers.
Wow, you're a match made in heaven for Flippy.
It's all great. You know what's fucking great? The fact that like that revolver showed up today. I got an alert from FedEx. FedEx is like, "Yo, the revolver's in Plano at our like facility." And then I got like another alert at like 11 being like, "Yeah, we're not going to deliver it, but it's still here." And then I got another alert at like 3:41 being like, "Your gun's still here."
Fucked up. Oh yeah, I need you to text me your fucking address again because my phone shit out on me, and I'm using another phone right now, so I don't have your address because I still gotta make this ammo and shit. I mean,
Yeah,
if
no
you
worries.
still
Is
want
it
it.
the same email?
Huh?
I mean, is it the same phone number?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Just shoot me your address again, and I mail off this fucking ammo sometime this week. And the holster and all that shit. Well, no, I think the ankle holster is in there with it. It's in like I put it in this my tour spot. But yeah, I think I still got the grip and the fucking ammo. I mail that shit out to you later on this week. And folks, that's how you successfully trade fucking guns on fucking gun channels.
Yeah.
Follow my example, motherfucker.
Not
All right,
not my example of going to FedEx and FedEx being like, "Oh yeah, that's $200."
Yeah, I know. Dude, hey, did you tell those motherfuckers about that?
Yeah, I was like, "This is fucking craziness." Like,
So
literally.
I'm in the gun store because I had already gave him the shit. I'm done. I'm just waiting on this dude to make me like Turkish coffee and shit. My cousin's playing fucking pinball and shit. So I get a fucking text from this dude. He's like, "Yeah, man, I shipped it. It was $200." And I'm like, I'm flipping out. Like, what the fuck did this motherfucker pay $200? So I'm calling him. Well, I think I text him, whatever the case. I'm like, dude, if you don't go back and get that fucking gun and go to the He's like, nah, man, it's all right. I'm like, man, no, it's not all right. Like, nah, man, it's cool, it's whatever. I'm just trying to get it done. I'm like, man, look, I'm like, man, if you're okay with it, you're okay with it. But I do not want you to pay $200. He texted me, it's like, yeah, man, these fuckers charged me like 3 times. And I'm like, what the fuck? Go back and get that fucking gun.
Yeah, no, it was actually more than 200 because they didn't refund me because basically the initial transaction got fucked up by the lady. So
Yeah.
they didn't refund me for it, and they just charged me a second time. Like, I looked at my account, it was like down $400, like 400 something bucks, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't fucking right.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Uh,
Fucking, that's damn near another fucking AK. Shit.
Dude, like next day I took it to like UPS. I'm like, yo, I need to ship this. And like $25. I'm like, all right, I'm good with that.
Did you tell them it was a gun?
Fuck no. I'm
Oh,
just like,
okay,
yeah, I need to
okay.
send this to this address. And they're like, all right.
I hear that. Shit.
Those fucking like retarded.
I hear that. That might be the plan next time. Just go in there and be like, what's this? Oh, it's fucking candy.
Yeah, no, it's fucking like mechanical parts.
Right. Fucking scrap metal.
It's a log. I'm trying to mail it back to the forest.
All right. You be like, this fucking ISIS weapon of choice.
It's a canic.
I know, right? It's fucked up. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? And the dude in the gun shop, the dude Jeremiah, he's like, man, they ripped him the fuck off. He should have caught me. I was like, damn, man. But that's fucked up. Like, man, tell him to call me. I'll sort that shit out for him, man. Yeah, they're pretty cool at my place.
Yeah. So, again, fuck FedEx. Because it's there. It's here right now. It's like 20 minutes from me. But they're just like, we can't be bothered to deliver it today. We'll take it tomorrow.
Oh, you did do FedEx? I thought you did UPS.
I know. For you, I shipped it through UPS.
Oh, yeah,
You're
I
getting
shipped
shipped to
FedEx.
me through
Yeah,
FedEx.
yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, it's here. We just can't be bothered to fucking bring you your
They
gun.
fucking x-rayed that motherfucker. I was like, what the fuck is this? What's going on, dog? Oh, shit, I got it. You don't make me reach into my glove box, motherfucker. I pulled that purple dildo out and shoved right up your ass. Yeah, I know how you like it, Big Daddy. That was gay as shit.
Yeah, well,
I'll see y'all in a minute. What up? Fuck is this hilarious, man.
You have some very interesting drug dealers, B. Girk.
This is my coworkers.
Well, you co-work with very interesting drug dealers. You better have my money.
Bitch better have my money. Where y'all going?
what up, boo? What you doing in that
What's up, Black Jesus? Man, I'm picking up old white women, taking them to their dentist appointments. Man, these motherfuckers is hilarious, man. My coworkers are a trip.
Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna go jump over to Never Enough Ammo's chat.
Oh yeah, what's he talking about over there?
Oh, Fear the Walking Dead came back last night, so I'm sure we'll bitch about that for a while.
What have
I still haven't watched the new episode of it.
So, anyways, all right, guys, I'll see you later.
Play